Good East positioning us, everybody. The name is Blue Fang, and welcome back to another episode of the Hunger Games Simulator. This is episode 8. Last time we did Call of Duty characters, as suggested by someone who still wishes to remain anonymous. Anyways, this time around, as for the suggestion of Happy Secret, we are doing Henry Stickmin characters. And I have to tell you straight up, this one was easily the hardest to assemble, mostly because there are so many characters, but only this top row are characters who are important. And I mean, almost literally every one of these 3 characters are one-offs, so you never learn their name in the main game. Heck, I don't even think you learn his name, and you never see his name. He's just the right-hand man. Anyways, we have Henry and Ellie, who are main characters. Charles Calvin and Hubert Garifors, who are main characters and are part of the government team, which, by the way, if you don't support them, you. And then we have Reginald Copperbottom and the right-hand man, which is okay. The top hats are okay. They're mid at best. They're like high mid at best. Dave Pampa is a recurring joke character. Rupert Price is a character from the first game. The Bukowskis, you ruin their lives. Dimitri Jones is the villain of Fleeing the Complex, but you never really get a whole lot of him. Felix White is a parody of Phoenix Wright. Dr. Vin Schippensilstein is an important character to one of the endings in completing the mission. Gadget Gabe is a character whose faces you never see. Jeffrey Plum is a background top hat. Filbert is another background top hat. Same with Figaro Mulligataway, but Jeffrey Plum you see more often. Wilson Stone is a background character for the Chaos Control, and the only one you really see more often than once. Lars and Elizabeth Green are really just background characters. Winston Davis you see in Breaking the Bank. Ungus Bungus is one that you find in Escaping the Prison. Zach Knut. I know his real name is Zach, but if I see it as a CH, I'm going to say Zach, and I know it's Nut. But Zach Nut, Stealing the Diamond, and Ivan Petroteva from Fleeing the Complex. I tried my best with these characters. I'll admit there were too many to pick from, and as is well known about the human demographic, you give us too many choices and we're just going to keep making objectively worse and worse choices. Anyways, picks this time around. Obviously Charles Calvin, because he's the best character in the series. And I don't care what anyone says, Valiant Hero is the saddest ending. To be honest, I didn't even realize that Henry died in Revenge my first few times seeing it. It took someone pointing that out. And you might want to say, oh, I'm stupid. Well, just remember, Markiplier didn't know either. And for the second pick, I kind of want to go with a joke character. I was tempted to go with Reginald just to appease Cersario, but I said, you know what? Nah, he's a troll. I'm going to go with Felix White because he's simply my favorite joke character here. Anyways, actually, you know what? Nah, I'm going to go for the important ones. I guess you're okay, Reginald Copperbottom. You're okay. Wait a minute, what am I talking about? Ellie exists. It's Charles Calvin and Ellie Rose. Those two. And that's it. I'm locking in those two. Anyways, here we go. As a tribute set on the podium, the horn sounds. The right-hand man pushes Ungus Bungus off a cliff during a knife fight. Not Ungus Bungus! Not the dead guy dead first! No! Ungus Bungus, I wanted to say your name more. Anyways, Henry shoots a poisonous blow dart into Wilson's neck, slowly killing him. I refuse to say this name right. Sorry to any Zach who spelled with a CH, but I'm just going to insult you all for this entire video. Zach finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Conrad Bukowski snatches a pair of sais. Ivan snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Felix White guards a backpack in retreat. Elizabeth cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Rupert scares Gadget Gabe away from the cornucopia. Dr. Vin Schippensilstein grabs a backpack full of camping equipment. Lars runs away from the cornucopia. Calvin Bukowski grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Jeffrey runs away. Filbert runs away. The general runs away. Reginald grabs a shovel. Dave runs away. Dimitri runs away. Charles stays at the cornucopia for resources. Ellie and Figaro fight for a bag. Figaro gives up and retreats, and Winston runs away from the cornucopia. Day 1, Figaro sees a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Rupert, Ivan, Ellie, and Felix White raid Dave's camp while he's hunting. Conrad, Bukowski, and Reginald work together for the day. Winston fishes. Zach receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Filbert practices his archery. Calvin Bukowski defeats Charles in a fight but spares his life. Absolutely based, Calvin. Way to go. You're already climbing up the respect meter. Absolutely based move, my guy. Jeffrey receives fresh food and will hunt from an unknown sponsor. Gadget Gabe falls into a pit and dies. Large hunts for other tributes. The right-hand man, Henry, Dimitri, Dr. Vin Schipelsenstein, and raid the general's camp while he's hunting. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ungus Bungus from District 11, Wilson from District 9, Elizabeth from District 10, and Gadget Gabe from District 7. With that said and done, no district out of play yet, but we are down to the top 20 survivors. And so with that all said, let's get going, because 24 minus 4 is 20. Lars and Jeffrey. Night 1. Lars and Jeffrey hold hands. Reginald attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Makes sense. You were incompetent. Winston begs for the right-hand man to kill him. He refuses, keeping Winston alive. Zach screams for help. Dimitri convinces Dave to snuggle with him. Figaro is awoken by nightmares. Charles loses sight of where he is. Dr. Vin Schippensilstein tries to treat her infection. Felix White sets an explosive off, killing the general. Calvin Bukowski thinks about home. Ellie cooks her food before putting her fire out. Ivan receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Rupert receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Conrad Bukowski tracks down and kills Filbert. Henry receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Henry hunts for other tributes. Reginald poisons the right-hand man to drink. He drinks it and dies. Why would you do that? That's like the one person who will help you no matter what. And no offense, Reginald. You may be a mastermind, but you are physically incompetent, my guy. Like, no offense, but you are incompetent when it comes to physical activity. You're just strategy, and that's it. Charles sprains his ankle running away from Ivan. Dr. Vin Shippen in Silstein searches for firewood. Dave diverts Conrad Bukowski's attention and runs away. Zach tries to stay through the entire day. Figaro catches Calvin Bukowski, but he manages to escape. Ellie severely slices Rupert with a sword. Winston bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Lars overhears Felix White and Jeffrey talking in the distance. Dimitri falls into a frozen lake and drowns. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance, a quarter of the roster, and we're only 2 days in. The general from District 2, Filbert from District 8, the right-hand man from District 3, Rupert from District 4, Winston from District 11, and Dimitri from District 6. And so, as far as the way I see it, District 11 is the only district that is completely out of play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 survivors left. So 10 people have died. 14 survivors are still standing. Let's continue. Calvin Bukowski receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dave Clean receives fresh water from an unknown sponsor. Ivan and Ellie tell stories about themselves to each other. Figaro tends to Charles's wounds. Lars and Zach talk about the tributes to the wife. Henry and Felix White huddle for warmth. Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein pushes Joffrey off a cliff during a knife fight. Calvin Bukowski poisons Reginald's drinks. He drinks it and dies. Calvin Bukowski being an absolutely based character right now. I will fully admit, Cersario has ruined Reginald for me. I am not the biggest fan of Reginald. So, Calvin Bukowski, you're now my favorite side character in completing the mission. Good job. Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein discovers the river. Charles goes hunting. Zach, Dave, and Calvin Bukowski track down and kill Conrad Bukowski. Betrayal from the Bukowski twins. Ivan makes a slingshot. Lars scares Ellie off. Figaro makes a wooden spear. Felix White hunts for other tributes. Henry sees smoke in the distance but decides not to investigate. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Joffrey from District 8, Reginald from District 3, and Conrad Bukowski from District 5. We see everyone's status. 14 minus 3 is 11. I might have to double check my math again. But, it's always a good idea to just double check your math, because you never know when you're going to be wrong. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I was right. 11. Districts 3, 8, and 11 are completely out of play, and we're down to 11 people standing. Henry, Ellie, and Dave discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein receives fresh, clean water from a non-sponsor. Zach cries himself to sleep. Ivan and Felix White White talk about the tribute still alive. Lars shoots an arrow into Charles's head. No! Lars, you're a buffoon. You're an utter buffoon. I hate you, Lars. I hate you. Figaro attempts to start a fire, but it's unsuccessful, and Calvin Bukowski loses sight of where he is. Calvin, kill Lars for me. Ellie picks flowers. Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein and Felix White split up for resources. Lars discovers a river. Dave accidentally steps on a landmine. Ivan camouflages himself in the bushes. Figaro questions his sanity. Henry and Zach track down and kill Calvin Bukowski. No! Not Calvin Bukowski. To be perfectly honest, this video made me respect Calvin Bukowski. He was an absolute underdog. He made it to the top 10, so I'm a little happy. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Charles from District 2, Dave from District 4, and Calvin Bukowski from District 5. And with that, I think we're done. Districts 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 11 are completely out of play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people left standing. Oh boy. Yeah, let's proceed. Ivan sees a fire but stays hidden. Figaro sees a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Lars and Ellie sleep in shifts. Zach screams for help. Henry attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. Thank goodness, I can't read that name, and if I had to read that in the Champions episode, I know I gotta read it 2 more times after this, but I just can't read that name anymore. And Felix White is awoken by nightmares. The cornucopias replenish food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from tribute families. Ivan decides not to go. Ellie decides not to go. Felix White sets Zach on fire with a Molotov. Henry kills Lars with his own weapon. Very good, Henry. And Figaro decides not to go to the feast. We're down to the final 5 already. Figaro sprains his ankle running away from Ivan. Felix White chases Henry, and Ellie searches for a water source. The final 5? Wow. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein from District 7, Zach from District 12, and Lars from District 10. With that out of the way, like I said earlier, we are down to the final 5. Felix White, who was one of my original picks, but I ended up backing out on, is still alive. I really hope I don't live to regret that decision. But anyways, Districts 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 are completely out of play. I also want to mention this. I really like how I lined up their images so it looks like it's just one image split up. That's pretty cool. But anyways, final 5. Let's go. Figaro looks at the night sky. Ivan loses sight of where he is. Ellie convinces Henry to snuggle with her. And Felix White receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Figaro overhears Ellie and Felix White talking in the distance. Ivan discovers a river. Henry explores the arena. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ivan dies trying to escape the arena. Figaro lets Felix White into his shelter. Henry tries to sing himself to sleep, and Ellie tries to treat her infection. Anyways, Figaro searches for firewood. Ellie takes Henry's food, killing him. Wow, utter betrayal. Utter betrayal in that part. This is the stuff you'll love to see. And Felix White sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. The arena's borders begin to rapidly contract, thinking they could escape. Ellie and Figaro attempt to run through the border together. Are you kidding me? 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ivan from District 12, Henry from District 1, Ellie from District 1, and Figaro from District 9. The winner is Felix White from District 6. Are you kidding me? If I stuck with my original pair-up of Charles and Felix White, I would have won this episode. Oh, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted to just say that I won this episode, but no. I backed out of picking Felix White, and I will pay the consequences for it. I ain't a cheater. He is the rightful winner. I should have stuck with him and had my faith, but nope, I went for Charles and Ellie instead. And it bit me in the butt. But anyways, Felix White is the winner from District 6. And now the recap. In 24th place, Ungus Bungus. Wait a minute, Ungus Bungus can return in the last place episode of Season 4. Nice. Wilson Stone from 23rd place, Wilson Stone. In 22nd place, Elizabeth Green. In 21st place, Gadget Gabe. In 20th place, General Hubert Galeforce. In 19th place, Filbert. In 18th place, with 1 kill to his name, the right-hand man. In 17th place, Rupert Price. In 16th place, Winston Davis. In 16th place, Dmitry Johannes Petrov. In 14th place, Jeffrey Plum. In 13th place, with 1 kill to his name, Reginald Copperbottom. In 12th place, Conrad Bukowski with 1 kill. In 11th place, Charles Calvin, the deserving winner, who should have won. In 10th place with 1 kill, Dave Pampa. In 9th place with 2 kills, the very based side character, Calvin Bukowski. In 8th place with 1 kill, Dr. Vin Shippen Silstein. In 7th place with 2 kills, Zach Knut. In 6th place with 1 kill, Lars Green. In 5th place, Ivan Petroteva. In 4th place with 3 kills to his name, Henry Stickmin. In 3rd place with 2 kills to her name, Ellie Rose. In 2nd place, Figaro Multigataway. And the winner with 2 kills to his name, someone I should have had faith in from the very beginning and kept, someone I had faith in and should have kept my faith in, Felix White. And with that out of the way, let's proceed. Here we are, on average, about a week. And now for the district placements. In 12th place, District 11. In 11th place, District 8. In 10th place, District 3. In 9th place, District 2. In 8th place, District 4. In 7th place, District 5. In 6th place, District 7. In 5th place, District 10. In 4th place, District 12. In 3rd place, District 1. In 2nd place, District 9. And in 1st place, District 6. I'd like to say 69. Nice. And there you have it. That will conclude today's episode of the Henry Stickmin Hunger Games Simulator. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. Thanks once again to Happy Secret on YouTube for suggesting this. Do your suggestions in the comment, yada yada yada. I feel cliche, and I just want to end it now. So, adios, amigos. I will see you all in the next video. Good West Michigan Center, everybody. Bid y'all that messed up outro. Bye.